So I chose the "Is Google Making Us Stupid" prompt. And then I read the 2 articles that went with that and kind of just dissected them a little bit. So first we start with Nicholas Carr. His side of it says yes, that his argument is that the internet is producing answers so fast about any topic that we desire in the moment. Like everything is immediate. So he poses the question like, are we really becoming smarter? Like, is this making us more intelligent? And so the quick answer would be no. And kind of what he poses as like a sub question to that is, what is intelligence then? And so he argues that intelligence is not just obtaining the knowledge quickly, like what we do through the internet, but rather deeply thinking about information. So he kind of expands on that a little bit and says that our concentration also has to be good in order to have those deep, high quality thoughts. And so his argument is that the internet is constantly throwing distractions at us, causing us to be unconcentrated when we're doing research or Googling stuff. And he uses a term called scatterbrained. And this includes like receiving messages or notifications while we're Googling, and then also like ads, pictures, words filling up our screen every time that we open a search bar. So kind of his argument in like standard form would be, in order to be intelligent, you have to have deep thoughts. And in order to have deep thoughts, our mind must be concentrated and undistracted. And so using the internet for Googling leads to a variety of distractions, and the internet is distracting, therefore it cannot make us smarter. So then we're gonna move on to Peter Norvig, who says no, that the internet is not making us stupid. He kind of introduces his ideas with the fact that every new technology, he claims, has haters and advocates. And he dates this all the way back to Socrates, who, when the concept of writing was first invented and introduced, he was skeptical of this, and he said it would hinder our ability to learn and remember. So then he uses the car and the telescope as an analogy. He says that the car, like both of those things, help us to give us quicker transportation and help us to see things way better, which are both really good things, have like exponentially increased the quality of life that we live, what we know about our world. They've actually helped us. And so he said that the internet is in the same way helps us obtain information faster, which will lead to us becoming smarter and just more intelligent because we have more knowledge and facts. So he does admit that the internet is distracting, but he says that the opportunities outweigh the distractions. So he kind of just concludes by saying that Socrates was wrong about his take on what writing would do to learning. And so he says that people today are also incorrect about the assumption that the internet is making us stupid. So then I kind of just have this picture here to show both sides of the argument, where it's the same device, it's the same phone. And it kind of just depends on which side you take, whether you think it's a distraction or it leads to helpful and mindful thinking. So for me, I would tend to resonate with both sides. However, I would say that leaning more on the Norvig side, I think that a lot of it depends on the operator of the internet. There are definitely people who abuse the internet or ChatGPT, like all the AIs now. So there's a fine line between using the internet to help you like explore new ideas and gain insight and information, versus someone who is just abusing it and using it simply for what it is and letting it do all the work, where we're not actually the ones anymore completing the thoughts, the concentrated thoughts and the deep thoughts that we need to have in order to become more intelligent. I would agree that used correctly, it helps us more than hurts us. I would also argue that phones are probably the bigger issue with being distracted, getting distracted on them, because at the end of the day, like he's right, like we get so distracted on our phones with the messages and notifications and all the different apps. Like I'll just get on my phone to do one specific thing, set a reminder or something, and 5 minutes later, I'm not even on that correct app, and I don't even remember what I was supposed to be doing. So I can't even disagree with that because I've seen it in my own life played out. So I would say the phones are the bigger issue, more so than the internet being the issue. So that's pretty much all my arguments.